Reflection for Sunday, December 17th, third Sunday of Advent, John 1, 6-8, 19-28. Gospel, John 1, 6-8, 19-28. A man named John was sent from God. He came for testimony, to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to testify to the light. And this is the testimony of John. When the Jews from Jerusalem sent priests and Levites to him to ask him, "Who are you?" he admitted and did not deny it, but admitted, "I am not the Christ." So they asked him, "What are you then? Are you Elijah?" And he said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" He answered, "No." So they said to him, "Who are you, so we can give an answer to those who sent us? What do you have to say for yourself?" He said, "I am the voice of one crying out in the desert, 'Make straight the way of the Lord,' as Isaiah the prophet said." Some Pharisees were also sent. They asked him, "Why then do you baptize if you are not the Christ or Elijah or the prophet?" John answered them, "I baptize with water, but there is one among you whom you do not recognize, the one who is coming after me, whose sandal strap I am not worthy to untie." This happened in Bethany across the Jordan, where John was baptizing. Reflection. Have you thought of counting the things that you've done for God? For example, when you do something for the poor, do you claim it as credit for yourself, or do you do it because it's for the greater glory of God? In other words, you don't claim credit for what you do, you're simply happy and content to become a nameless and faceless channel of God. John is silently speaking to our hearts through this third Sunday of Advent's Gospel. He tells us, when you do things for the poor, always do it for the greater glory of God and not for your own glory. And be content to become a nameless and faceless channel of God. John could have owned to himself his ministry from God, but he did not. He pointed to Jesus as the greater power behind him. Many times we fall into the trap of self-glorification at the expense of God and the poor we seek to help. Many times over we fall into the trap of bringing ourselves to the altar of admiration and glorification, instead of silently fading away in favor of Jesus. Due to his life-changing preaching and miraculous deeds, John was questioned by the priests and Levites, "Who are you?" Humbling himself, he responded, "I am not the Christ, nor Elijah, nor a prophet." John 1, 20-21. John went on to declare, "One mightier than I is coming after me. I am not worthy to stoop and loosen the thongs of his sandals." John 1:27. Considering the purpose behind the things you do for God, what if someone were to ask you, "Who are you?" Would you trumpet your qualities and achievements? Or would you simply smile and fade away, becoming a nameless and faceless channel of God?